Ah, BMW, the ultimate driving machine. A symbol of success, a chariot for the discerning driver. You see one on the road, you know the owner enjoys the finer things in life. A brand new one, that is. Used BMWs, different story. See, they're surprisingly cheap, suspiciously cheap, almost as if they're hiding a dark, expensive secret. Now, I like a bargain as much as the next bloke, but when it comes to German luxury cars, a low price tag often comes with a catch. And trust me, with used BMWs, that catch can be a real wallet emptier. Think of it like dating a supermodel. Sure, you might be the envy of your mates at first, but keeping up with her lifestyle, that's going to cost you. But what is it about these Bavarian beauties that makes them such a potential money pit? Why are used BMWs seemingly priced like a night out at a Wetherspoons when their upkeep costs more than a weekend in Monaco? Well, buckle up, petrol heads, because we're about to delve into the hidden truth behind the allure of a used BMW. Get ready to explore the world of depreciation, navigate the maze of maintenance, and gamble on the reliability roulette. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what you're getting into when you see that shiny pre-owned Beamer with the tempting price tag. And trust me, it's not always a pretty sight.
First up, let's talk depreciation. That gut-wrenching feeling when your shiny new car loses value faster than a politician's promise. BMWs, despite their pedigree, are notorious for it. Think of it like this. You buy a brand new 3 Series for, say, £40,000. You drive it off the lot, and bam, it's already worth a good chunk less. A year later, you're looking at a 20% drop, maybe more. By year 3, ouch, you'd be lucky to get half of what you paid for it. Why? Well, several reasons. Firstly, BMWs are mass-produced luxury. They churn them out like sausages, which means the used market gets flooded. More supply, less demand, you do the math. Then there's the image. BMW drivers, let's be honest, don't have the best reputation. We're seen as, shall we say, spirited drivers. And that means potential buyers worry about hidden damage, dodgy repairs, and generally being thrashed within an inch of its life. So, that bargain basement price on a used BMW, it's not just because you're getting a great deal. It's because the car is bleeding value faster than a punctured tire.
Now let's talk upkeep. See, owning a BMW isn't like owning a Toyota Corolla. It's not a case of topping up the fluids and swapping the tires every now and then. Oh no, BMWs are complex beasts with more electronics than a NASA control room. And all that fancy tech, it doesn't come cheap to fix. Think of it like this. Your average mechanic's workshop is like a greasy spoon cafe. They can handle your basic bangers and mash, no problem. But a BMW, that's like asking for foie gras and caviar. They'll either mess it up or charge you a fortune to find someone who knows what they're doing. And don't even get me started on parts. You'll be looking at prices that would make a king weep. A new headlight? That's a weekend in the south of France, gone. A replacement gearbox? You might as well hand over your house keys while you're at it.
Now, let's be fair, modern BMWs are generally better built than they used to be. Gone are the days when you'd need a dedicated mechanic on speed dial, but, and this is a big but, they're still not exactly known for their bulletproof reliability. Imagine this, you're cruising down the motorway, sun is shining, tunes are blasting, life is good, then bam, that dreaded yellow engine light pops up on your dashboard like an unwelcome guest. Suddenly, that dream drive turns into a nightmare. Electrical gremlins, sensor issues, coil pack failures, timing chain woes. These are just a few of the common ailments that can plague a used BMW. And trust me, when they strike, they can be as expensive to fix as they are frustrating to deal with. It's like playing roulette with your wallet. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But with a used BMW, the odds of losing always seem to be stacked against you.
Remember all that fancy tech I mentioned earlier? The heads-up displays, the iDrive system, the self-parking shenanigans. Well, while it might be impressive when it works, it's about as reliable as a chocolate teapot when it doesn't. Imagine this. You're running late for a meeting, jump into your used 5 Series, and the iDrive screen decides to throw a hissy fit. No navigation, no phone connectivity, no music. Just a blank screen staring back at you like a sulking teenager. And don't even get me started on the joys of trying to explain to a mechanic what's wrong with your infotainment system. It's like trying to teach your granddad how to use TikTok. They'll stare at you blankly, fiddle with a few things, and then hit you with a bill that would make your eyes water.
Now you might be thinking, but Jeremy, what about the warranty? Surely that covers all these potential problems, right? Well, here's the thing. Most used BMWs are long out of their manufacturer's warranty. And even if you do find one that's still covered, good luck getting anything fixed under it. See, BMW warranties are about as watertight as a sieve. They're full of clauses and loopholes that would make a lawyer's head spin. One minute you think you're covered, the next you're being told that your particular issue isn't part of the comprehensive coverage. And even if you do manage to convince them to fix something, be prepared for a battle. You'll be dealing with endless paperwork, phone calls, and delays. It's enough to make you want to sell the car and buy a bicycle.
So, you factored in the depreciation, the maintenance, the reliability issues, and the potential for technological meltdown. Think you're ready to buy that used BMW now? Well, hold your horses, because we haven't even talked about insurance yet. Remember that spirited driver image I mentioned earlier? Yeah, that doesn't exactly endear us to insurance companies. They see a BMW, especially a used one, and their minds immediately jump to images of boy racers and reckless driving. And you know what that means? Higher premiums, my friend. Much higher premiums. You'll be lucky to find an insurer who'll offer you a reasonable rate. And even then, you can bet your bottom dollar they'll find a way to add on extra charges for things like performance modifications and driver experience.
As if all that wasn't bad enough, there are also a whole host of hidden costs associated with owning a used BMW that can quickly drain your bank account. These are the things that don't always spring to mind when you're blinded by that shiny paintwork and the promise of German engineering. First up, let's talk fuel economy. Sure, those turbocharged engines might be powerful, but they're also thirsty beasts. You'll be filling up more often than a teenager at an all-you-can-eat buffet. And with the price of petrol and diesel these days, that can really add up. Then there's the cost of tires. BMWs are known for their sporty handling, but that comes at a price, literally. You'll be going through tires faster than a Formula One car, and those high-performance rubber bands don't come cheap. And let's not forget about the little things. Things like brake pads, wiper blades, and oil changes. They might seem insignificant on their own, but they all add up over time. It's like death by 1,000 cuts, but for your wallet.
So why are used BMWs so cheap? It's a simple case of supply and demand. People are drawn to the prestige of the brand, but they underestimate the true cost of ownership. They see that low purchase price and think they're getting a bargain. But in reality, they're signing up for a world of financial pain. It's like buying a designer suit at a charity shop. Sure, you might look the part for a fraction of the price, but you'd better be prepared to pay a tailor to fix all the little imperfections. And even then, it'll never quite fit the same as a suit that was made for you. Owning a BMW, even a used one, is a statement. It says you've made it, that you appreciate the finer things in life. But that statement comes at a price that many people simply aren't prepared to pay.
So after all that doom and gloom, you're probably wondering if it's ever a good idea to buy a used BMW. Well, the answer, as with most things in life, is not a simple yes or no. It depends. If you're a bit of a gambler, if you enjoy the thrill of the unknown, and if you've got a healthy bank balance and a good mechanic on speed dial, then a used BMW can be a tempting proposition. Just be prepared for the possibility of some expensive surprises along the way. However, if you're looking for a reliable, affordable, and hassle-free driving experience, then I'd steer clear. There are plenty of other used cars out there that offer a better balance of performance, practicality, and peace of mind.
At the end of the day, buying a used BMW is a bit like playing Russian roulette with your finances. You might get lucky and find a gem that's been well maintained and trouble-free. Or you could end up with a money pit that drains your bank account faster than you can say catalytic converter replacement. My advice? Unless you're a qualified mechanic with a penchant for late-night DIY sessions, or you've got a spare 5,000 pounds burning a hole in your pocket, I'd stick to something a little less likely to give you a financial headache. There are plenty more fish in the sea, and some of them won't cost you an arm and a leg to keep on the road. Remember, sometimes that bargain price is just too good to be true, and in the case of used BMWs, it usually is.